she can move freely between both. Henning, do you know if Germans right now are making them choose when they turn 18? Do they still have the Optionslang?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. They still have to choose then.
Back and forth every government that's in power, whether or not kids have to choose when they're 18. But the only people they enforce it with are Turkish immigrants. Great. Extremely welcoming, always felt safe. Um, I was lucky because I knew some German people. You know, my host sister, actually, my host sister was who introduced me to Henning. So I was really, really lucky in that respect, in that I had a really quick in with Germans. I pretty much only hung out with Germans, had German friends, spoke German, and was welcomed with no issues. You know, a lot of people speak English, a lot of people have been to America, they learn English in school and learn it really well. Absolutely no issue. I think for other people like that I studied with, it was harder because it's not super easy to meet natives. I think it's like that in a lot of countries. You know, if you're there just for a short period of time, how do you meet Germans? You know, or how do you meet the natives in the country? Um, that's not the fault of anybody. That's just how it is. You know. But I was really lucky in that respect.
Almost the same. So everybody's so welcoming. Everybody wants to speak with me, and everybody wants to help me. And it's, I think it's, yeah, it's just the same. I think it's maybe not so easy as an adult, like in the world, like to meet people like it is back then when being a student. But it's almost the same when you're open here to the people. People are totally friendly and welcoming and everything. So I had no issues at all. To me, actually, is that I can walk every to every place. So the thing is, in Germany, you can really, you have like um, what is it called? Bürgersteig?
Sidewalk.
Sidewalks. You have sidewalks. You can. I could even go like from one city to the next. I would find like ways to just walk there. And here, I'm sometimes I can't even leave like a
Your
neighborhood or
block.
whatever, or like a block. So this is a big difference to me.
Actually, like the walking was hard for me to get used to. Like I had to like kind of get conditioned, kind of get in shape. And like they also cycle they bicycle a lot. So for the first 10 years I lived in Germany, we didn't have a car. We just cycled and walked everywhere, or took a train or a tram or a bus. And then once we moved out to Henning's hometown, that was kind of, you know, a suburb, then we bought a car. But when we lived in the city, we didn't need a car. And I would say another thing that I really struggled with was actually the directness. And I don't mean to criticize, this is just a cultural difference, that people will just more directly tell you what they think or how things are, without kind of cushioning it. And that was really hard for me. But by the end, I was kind of direct, like in the German way, and Americans thought that I was rude. So it definitely rubs off on you living in a culture. Um, but it still stung sometimes.
Realizing it here now that people are not like that direct. It seems more friendly. I don't know. Yeah. I would prefer like kind of a middle way
Yeah.
between them. Yeah, that would be that would be perfect. I think the Germans sometimes it can be a little rough how they do it, and sometimes it's really maybe a little mean too. But it's not like that they want to be mean to you, but they just say like what they think, and
Tell it how it is.
just how it is. Yeah, and this can be rough sometimes. Or
Wes,
on the other way, when people hear, sometimes you have no idea what they are thinking about you, so then you're kind of, they leave you behind like a kind of puzzled, because you have no idea what the situation now. Did they like you? Did I do something wrong or whatever? So something in between would be the best, I would say.
So Germans aren't fake, is what you're saying.
No.
No. The only filter they put it through is it true? And if it's true, it's okay to say it. For example, one time I was sitting in the kitchen, like in the cafeteria at work, and I was sitting with two colleagues, and our HR lady came in, and she's like, "Ugh, you need a haircut." And I was like eating my sandwich, like, what? And she's like, "Look at your hair. It's all grown out. You need a haircut." And like, I looked at her and she goes, "What? It's true." I was like, okay, I guess I can't argue with that, but was that helpful? Was that kind? Was that necessary? No.
We don't have that filter.
We don't have that filter in Germany. I would say there's two big things that I learned that I'm really grateful for. I would say the first thing is kind of how to hustle. Is it okay to say that?
Oh, yeah.
Like how to just go and figure out, like, what do I want and who can help me get it? You know, I did my master's degree in Germany. I got, my visa's renewed in Germany and all these things. And it wasn't always easy, but I learned to just go, find the person who could help me get this application filled out, who could help me figure out this bureaucracy, and just ask them, tell them my story, ask them and figure it out and not be scared. And that's like a skill that I learned there that I've taken back with me, and I'm thankful that I got to learn it. Just, if you want it, just go ask for it, and somebody will help you get it. I just started a new job, and we were in a meeting, and they were trying to figure out, how do we communicate this corona thing? How do we communicate? And I raised my hand and I said, here's an idea, what if we do this? And I had only been at the job like 5 days, and my boss said to me, "Oh my God, that was so brave. It took me months and months to get the nerve to speak up in a meeting." And I was like, no, I always speak up. I don't care, because you have to speak up to get what you want. And I learned that by being an immigrant. And the other thing that I really learned is kind of like a German way of life that's very practical, is not the right word, but very, like, I'm going to use practical, just very much like recycle, like get your exercise, don't take out debt, like live with what you have, and like let that be enough. And it's like it's really hard to describe, but the German way of life really rubbed off on me in that way. And of course, being with Henning rubbed off on me that way. Like don't be extravagant, just like be okay with what you have and make that matter. And I really value that.
The material things ain't everything.
Exactly.
It's a little more, the people are really more kind, because maybe of that filter they have, I don't know. But it is really, people are more laid back and kind here, and they don't care so much. I would say Germans are really tight with everything. Everything has to be like in order, in their order, and everything has to be like, I don't know, yeah, pretty tight. And here it's like a bit more laid back, and you have more freedom to be at what you are. Kind of, you have, yeah, there's more freedom for yourself to be what you want to be, and what you are. And that I really like that.